to be. This is exactly where we wanted to be.
Where we want you.
This is going to be a challenge. I am well aware of that. I know what this division's about. And this is exactly where we want to be. We're going to go after this thing, and it's going to take all of us in this room. It's going to take this locker room. It's nothing more important than that locker room and us serving that locker room and those players. All right? They need to understand that, and they need to feel that from us every single day. And if we do that, the wins are going to come. The playoffs are going to come. All right? Can't wait to get to know you guys. And thank you so much for the warm welcome. Thank you. All right, Bears Nation, get ready to go. Beyond fired up to be here. This is exciting times. Cannot wait to get to work. Bear down, baby.
You are not hallucinating. You are not dreaming. The Chicago Bears actually got the guy. Not just any guy, the guy. The guy that multiple teams wanted to bring in as head coach. The Chicago Bears have hired Ben Johnson to be their 19th head coach. Welcome back to Bears Yard. This your boy Vipe. And yes, as you can see, the plane has landed. Ben Johnson has taken a stroll inside of Halas Hall. And now we figure out, where do we go from here? Now that the Bears have Ben Johnson in the building as their next head coach for the 2025 season, what happened next? Well, before I go into all of that, shout out to all of you Raider fans that have been in my comments video after video talking about how y'all were going to get Ben Johnson. Come to find out, you never had a chance. You were never even in the book. Y'all trying to hate from outside the club. You could never get in, bro. But anyway, enough about the Raider fans. You're watching Bears Yard, your home of opinionated Chicago Bears talk, Monday through Friday, right here on YouTube. So if you don't want to miss an episode, hit that subscribe button. Adam Schefter has reported that the first move for Ben Johnson as Bears head coach is to try and go out and get Dennis Allen as his defensive coordinator. Now, Dennis Allen was the head coach of the New Orleans Saints before he got fired. And consequently enough, when Dennis Allen got fired, the Saints named Darren Ridley their special team coordinator as interim head coach. According to Adam Schefter, Ben Johnson will also try to go out and get Darren Ridley to be the special team coach for the Chicago Bears. So it seems like Ben Johnson is going down the same tree to build out his staff in Chicago. Dennis Allen, while not the best head coach, is an excellent defensive coordinator. People have said that his defense will be a lot more aggressive than Matt Eberflus's. They're still going to run a 4-3, so you won't have to change much as far as personnel and different things like that. But it said that Dennis Allen runs a much more attacking defense, so that's definitely something that will be welcome in Chicago when we're up against Detroit and Minnesota and Green Bay. What about the offensive side of the ball? Well, that won't really matter too much with Ben Johnson as the head coach because he will be the one calling plays. He will be the offensive coordinator and coach. However, there's been some talk now that he could bring over Lions offensive line coach Hank Fraley with him, and there's been a lot of rumblings about that definitely happening. I would be just amazed and elated with joy if we can get Chris Morgan out of here. Can we throw him out like DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince? Can we throw Chris Morgan out of the building? Hopefully, key card doesn't work anymore at Halas Hall. But bring us Hank Fraley. I've heard some rumblings on Twitter about how this is definitely happening. I think Carmen Vitale said it, and a couple other Bears Twitter leaguers have said that this is definitely happening. Although Hank Fraley is currently interviewing in Seattle to be their offensive coordinator. But if that does not go well, he will come with Ben Johnson to Chicago to probably be the offensive coordinator in name. Because again, Ben Johnson will be the one calling the plays, but at the very least for Hank Fraley, it will be a pay bump. But more importantly, he will get a chance to craft that Chicago Bears offensive line, which needs a lot of work. So please bring us Hank Fraley. Thank you very much. Now, obviously, with the staff out of the way, whenever that happens, the next steps are free agency and then the draft in April. And come to find out, Phil Yates said on CHGO today that the Kansas City Chiefs are going to let Trey Smith, their awesome star guard, go. They're not going to franchise him. He's going to be a free agent. And if that happens, Ryan Poles has to jump at the chance to get him, sign him. I don't care how much it costs. The Bears clearly aren't averse to spending money because Ben Johnson's contract is around double figures per year, according to the sources and whatnot. But if Trey Smith becomes a free agent because Kansas City can't afford him, and obviously with Patrick Mahomes in his big contract, that's definitely a thing, then Ryan Poles has to jump on the opportunity to land a Trey Smith. Also, if you can land a couple of other O-line pieces in free agency, that would be ideal. Now, obviously, good O-linemen don't really go to free agency that often, so I don't know how much you'll be able to land. but Trey Smith is definitely a target that Ryan Poles will have to consider if that comes to pass. Now, there was a picture on social media of Caleb Williams hanging out with Boise State running back Ashton Jeanty. So a lot of people are thinking that the Bears could draft him at number 10. Not until we get the offensive line together, you all. I cannot stress this enough. The primary objective for Ryan Poles this offseason is to shore up the trenches. Offensive line, defensive line. Ashton Jeanty will be a luxury pick. Now, if we do some things in free agency or make some trades or whatever, then, we could possibly take a chance on an Ashton Jeanty, but not before we fix that offensive line. We need an entire new interior, which means we need 3 linemen this offseason to replace the ones that we have now, because the ones we have now are absolute garbage. We need 2 guards and a center, or 3, whatever. And if we can replace Braxton Jones, I will be highly in favor of replacing Braxton Jones. He's serviceable. He's all right. But if you could do better than him, and at the number 10 pick, I don't know why you wouldn't be able to do better than him. That's something that the Bears will need to consider at number 10. Somebody like a Will Campbell from LSU or a Kelvin Blank from Texas. You got to think about getting a new left tackle, because you got to protect Caleb Williams. Went out and got the coach that he wanted. Now we got to get him an offensive line that he can grow and mature behind and protect him to the full extent. Bear fans, the future is bright for our Chicago Bears. We got Ben Johnson. We had to fight off Tom Brady, even though I told y'all that there was never a chance Tom Brady was going to beat out the likes of a Caleb Williams. I tried to tell, again, about these Raider fans, I tried to tell y'all that in this equation, Caleb Williams being in place as the franchise quarterback was much more important than Tom Brady, minority owner, and I was proven correct. Let me calm down, though. But we beat out the Jaguars. Actually, the Commanders, too, if you consider last year, Ben Johnson was thinking about going to the Commanders, but then he pulled out at the last minute. But we got our guy, y'all. So let me know in the comments how y'all feel about it. Drop a comment. And if you want more opinionated Bears content, hit that video right there.